Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. And today I thought we could do an impromptu reading on just messages. And I know that that sounds really general because I don't really know exactly what's going to come through. It could be a general message from the universe, from your guides, from a person that you're wanting to connect with or clarify something with. I don't really know what's going to come through here in the piles or who or from what. So I feel like this could be just a little bit of a grab bag, a little bit of a surprise. So I've got 3 piles here, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll put the picture up, let you meditate on the energies, and I will see you at your reading. So pile number 1, we've got a lot of messages that are coming through here. So right away, I can tell that you're beautiful. So whether you're asking about a person that has a message that they want to give to you or just the universe in general, I feel like this is a pile that needs to understand that you are very beautiful. I'm hearing just very pretty. And it causes you to have a lot of evil eye on you and a lot of people to be very jealous, but also to be really green in their understanding of you, because I feel like you're a person who has a lot of depth. But I feel like this, I'm hearing there's been misconceptions here about your character, and this has really made you feel trapped or locked inside or made you feel like you had to defend or protect yourself. But the way that you have felt like you needed to defend or protect yourself has been softer or in a more feminine way, which I feel like is maybe trying to like play the social game or to be really gentle or really soft. Like she's got a boundary here around herself, but it's very delicate coming through here with the pearls. And I feel like it's actually gleaned you a lot of wisdom. And this is a dichotomy within you that a lot of people struggle to see or to relate to. And if they can relate to it, I feel like a lot of people, they're calling attention to this, that there's people around you where their snapshot energy is to just feel jealous. I'm hearing intense, like very intense jealousy, and it's put you in a bit of a dark night of the soul, and it's made you question yourself or to doubt yourself, your intentions and your motives. And Spirit is trying to get some messages to come in for you here to help you kind of turn this around. I feel like Spirit is wanting you to open your eyes and to recognize that this is the truth of what's going on in order to help you get a wish fulfillment, because I feel like when you wake up to this, to what's going on, and you no longer try to hold yourself within these parameters or this box within some kind of like confined space, you are actually going to have some kind of very fast results towards like some kind of I'm hearing perfection. And I feel like maybe people have tried to like overlay some kind of like idea of perfection onto you, but you feel like maybe it makes you feel like glass, like you don't want to break their image of you or something like that, but you're headed towards genuine perfection and genuine wish fulfillment. But it has to do with like you speaking very directly or very matter-of-factly, speaking your mind. I'm hearing Cardi B started speaking my mind and triple my views. Real B, the only thing fake is the boobs. So I feel like you're just a real one. And I don't know if there's something here about like value. Your value is actually in your mind, in your philosophy, in your tongue. Like it is valuable, like your beauty, your outer beauty. But I think they've made, I don't know, I feel like there's been some kind of cheap people around you that have only valued you for your looks or something like that, or something like really, really superficial. So Spirit is really wanting to like unleash, like I'm hearing un-F yourself, unleash the beast, like tame the dragon actually is what I'm hearing, and like really let that out. Because I'm picturing like the dragon and the castle and things like that. You have somebody who is watching you here, and I do feel like it's a romantic love interest, and you might not be aware that this person is watching you, but they're really, I think, like falling in love with you, and they're just waiting kind of like for an opportunity. They're maybe trying to figure out a way to approach you. Yeah, this person could be maybe you're at a distance. I don't know. They're almost like looking into this crystal ball, or this could potentially be social media or something like that. And they could be waiting on some kind of message from you or something like that. And I feel like this person coming in potentially could be a wish fulfillment for you. Actually, is like your wish fulfillment for them, and you speaking your mind, or like you being, I don't know if you have a love interest here. Who is this? Oh, okay. So there's multiple people here. And maybe you feel that this person didn't respect you enough in the past, and maybe this person could also potentially be like a reformed, you know, womanizer type or something. Yeah, I'm hearing that song from Britney Spears. You knew who this person was, so like you knew their game, and so I feel like you kind of protected yourself in whatever way you did. You kind of retreated into your shell, and you were moving slower, something like that. Yeah. And this is the evil eye that's on you here as well. And it's just a really stagnant energy. So Spirit is just wanting you to know that these people are refusing to change, but the divine is starting to move you away from this situation. I feel like you can kind of help this by clearing out that throat chakra, and by understanding that the mirroring that you've gotten, the responses that you've gotten from these people who maybe have been jealous or like unkind or something like that, is being cleared, and a new cycle here of your life is beginning, one where you maybe have a lot more travel, where things move a lot faster for you, where you're not afraid to say what it is that you mean. And again, like really, really good things are coming in here from this. And I feel like somebody's going to meet you halfway here. There's a soulmate that's coming in here for you. And I don't think you see this. Like, I feel like you've been doing a lot of inner work here, pile number one. And I feel like Spirit is noticing this. And I feel like there was a hangers on, like a person, there was somebody here who was like causing problems or causing trouble. It could even be like inner child stuff, but I feel like Spirit is removing that, kind of getting that out of the way, out of the system. And yeah, I feel like you're really going to be connecting with your emotions. And Spirit is just saying you compete with nobody. Like, don't compete with anybody. I'm hearing nothing about you needs to change. You are valuable. You are beautiful. Nothing about you needs to change. And just to, like release some kind of insecurities. Maybe some of you felt like you were blocked out of a wish. And I think your wish had to do with love. And like the pouring out of a soulmate connection here. These are all coming out in reverse. Okay, but the Lovers came out in the upright. Yeah, there's some kind of like soulmate connection here that's being unblocked. And I'm hearing it's not a difficult decision. So like for this person, choosing you is not a difficult decision. And I feel like that is some kind of a wish fulfillment that's coming in. So you have a lot of, I'm hearing the word windfall. You could, I feel like you've been manifesting. That's something that you haven't really, so if you feel like, I feel like you've taken time out, and I think you're coming out of this phase. You've been doing a lot of that inner work, inner soul searching, and you've been manifesting in this process. Whether you know it or not, you've been really connecting with your own inner vision is what I'm hearing. It's something that really actually represents you. And this is going to change your fortune, like connecting with this. But I feel like you might have to disappoint people. Like from your perspective, I don't think it's actually going to be disappointing people. I actually think that you're going to be a wish fulfillment for a lot of people, and that people are going to fall even more in love with you because you are just a real one, and you're speaking your mind, and because you're the type of person who will do that very well and very respectfully. And yeah, I just feel like you have a lot to give and a lot to offer. You are the Empress. And I just feel like Spirit is wanting to remind you like who and what it is that you are. I'm hearing the Justin Bieber song, One Less Lonely Girl. There's gonna be one less lonely girl. Okay, so let me just get some other messages here. What else? Oh, my sage is coming in here. Again, more clarification that there's an old energy that's clearing out here. And what I think is interesting, I don't think you see this coming, because I think that you really have grown accustomed to being comfortable in your own energy. But I'm hearing like it's time to awaken. It's time to step out of this comfort zone. It's time to set these pearls down, this like traditional way of being. So I don't know if you are kind of attached to this traditional way of viewing the world, or a traditional way you feel like you have to show up, or if this is just a pattern that you've kind of gotten into where it's like you're hard but you're soft. Like I think that you come across very sweet or very soft, but the pearl is forged under like annoyance and pressure in my mind. You know, it is that little sand that gets in the oyster and annoys it until it like kind of coats it. I feel like you've been annoyed. Like, so, okay, so Spirit is wanting you to know that these people that maybe have been difficult for you to deal with because of their jealousy, because they're refusing to let something go, and maybe even like let this old version of you go, something like that. That has actually like created all of these pearls. I don't think you even realize this. I'm hearing pearls of wisdom. Like, I don't even think you realize that you have all these pearls that you kind of gathered around you. I don't think you realize you have these rhinestones on your eyes, and that you have this beautiful eyeshadow on, and this beautiful rose that has actually started to bloom and blossom. And I'm picturing it like kind of becoming fragrant, and this is what's kind of like singing you to life. I don't think you quite realize what you've built for yourself in your dreams, is what I'm hearing, in your manifestation. And for a lot of you, it involves travel, or it involves some kind of like message here with a person with a wish fulfillment. And this person's just biding their time. They're trying to be strategic. I feel like you've been away from them. There is like there's a feeling that this person's watching you kind of like from a distance, this King of Rods. So I also feel like there's a lot of sexual passion. Like, this person may be very sexual, very good at being sexual, if you get my drift, very confident in that way. And this is a person who may have been, you know, like a little bit of a bad boy or a bad girl in the past, like, you know, heartbreaker kind of an energy, but they're reformed. They've actually kind of like grown up, and this person sees you as their future. They have like some kind of, you know, plan, like some kind of solid plan here about it. And I feel like this person, maybe they want to go out for drinks, or you'll see this person out for drinks, or that's like part of their wish fulfillment. But I feel like they feel like really, see how he's like bashful? I feel like you guys, it's like a mutual energy where you're going to feel kind of bashful. There could be some kind of like, you know, I'm picturing like a restaurant or like a get together, something where like the two of you kind of come together. I feel like maybe you've been manifesting this, or this person's been manifesting this. I'm hearing, don't be afraid to ask for what you want, you know, in like a very direct way. Like, you know, if there's like a wish fulfillment that you have, you've been manifesting it, but then like, you know, just throw it out in conversation. Like, hey, you know, do you have any extra tickets to see that concert? Or, you know, I don't know, like whatever it is that you want. Okay, so what else, Spirit, is coming through here for pile number 1? Okay, there's definitely a parting of the ways here with certain souls so that you can shine. There's definitely a lot of karmic energy that's been around you that I feel like you've had to kind of move away from. I feel like at first it was like you were confused why people were responding to you the way that they were. I don't think you quite realized that people were jealous of you, because I don't think you saw yourself I think you always try to diminish yourself. But like I said in another reading, there's really no checklist that you can complete for people who are determined not to like you, or, you know, who are determined to see you a certain way, to just all of a sudden not see you a certain way, because the problem is very clearly within them. Like, they have some kind of their own shadow work, their own shadow side of like that they can be prideful, that they want to be the center of the attention. I feel like these people think that attention comes to you naturally, and they're just jealous and resentful. And instead of, you know, like recognizing that within themselves and trying to deal with that, like where it is, I think they try to put you down, or they're just jealous, or they try to sabotage you, or they try to make you feel bad about yourself. So there's definitely a parting of the ways here, like with those kinds of people, and you like being more direct and going after the things that you want. I feel like that's a big thing for you, is like actually going after the things that you want is going to bring you around the people and the friends and the conversations that you want to have. And I feel like you're going to feel a little bit shy here at first, but once you kind of prime the pump is what I'm getting, and you kind of start plumbing the depths, I feel like you have a real depth to you. And I think you've always wanted to be appreciated for that. And I think that maybe you've always felt like people have kept it on a shallow, superficial level with you, but it's because they're prejudging you. They don't realize that you're like so deep or something like that. But I'm telling you, somebody here has been watching you. People watch you more than you realize here, pile number 1. Like I'm hearing like you're just one to watch, because people are so... You're captivating. I feel like people really do find your energy like captivating, in a way that's positive. But when that admiration energy is soured, then it causes people to go around and around in their head, and I don't know, it's causing like a bit of a split personality here within some people. But those negative people are falling away, and then people who, I'm hearing there are some people who are growing with you, and they're growing into their own self-confidence, and they're building their own selfhood and their own heart energy and their own legacy with you, and you guys are going to be wish fulfillments to each other, even as friends. I feel like you have a really good cycle. Yeah, you're really letting go of people here, and I feel like Spirit is protecting you here, and encouraging you to participate in that and to protect yourself. There's a lot of happiness and warmth. You're very charismatic, and I feel like you're just gonna shine. But yeah, and it's just by being yourself, just like actually connecting with your selfhood energy, because I feel like you were convinced in the past to kind of keep yourself barred in. you know, for whatever reason. So anything else, Spirit? The moon, Leo moon. I feel like you're a nurturing force, and but at the same time, this is going to feel very natural to you. I think once you kind of like step out of the box, like I think your energy has always kind of wanted to promote and to bloom and to blossom. You're definitely in Empress energy here. And yeah, there may have been some gossip around you in the past, but you're shirking free of that. The more that you speak your mind, the more that people understand that what people have tried to say about you or how people have tried to paint you just isn't true. I'm hearing it's just so majorly false. And especially this King of Rods, which I feel like this is your soulmate energy that's coming through. And I'm going to pull some cards here that has to do, this person could be potentially a leader, but this to me is a leader that is good at sharing the spotlight, good at delegating, very sexy, very confident, and also somebody who's worked very hard for what it is that they have. They've had to, the Wands suit for me is about overcoming competition. And the way that you overcome competition is by learning how to be yourself, connecting with your own dharmic energy, and eventually realizing that the way to win a competition is just to not compete and just to focus on what you're building and being yourself. Have you ever ran track? And they always tell you not to look at the people that are around you. You just run your race, you know? And that's what I feel like you're finally learning to do, which is why your energy is going to promote. And this King of Rods energy is definitely soulmate energy. So they could have been knocked here, and they feel like the giving and receiving has been off, either with you in the past, if this is somebody returning from the past, or just overall. I feel like this person's been on a roller coaster. I literally just had that kind of a feeling. Yeah, and I feel like this person's really been knocked in some kind of way, but they view you as like their completion and as the star, and they see that you're very protected here as well, like you're very guarded. And they're moving away from a difficult time, and they feel like they want to move towards you. This is really positive energy coming in from this King of Wands. Maybe this person feels like they didn't respect you enough in the past, or they just see that people don't respect you enough. I'm hearing for what you bring to the table. So this is, yeah. I feel like you're both in this kind of like unicorn energy, or you're being encouraged to step into it. Using your intuition, which you have very strong intuition, but I just feel like you're one-offs and you see it, you know, in each other. What other messages do you have here for pile number 1? Advice from a friend. Some of you guys could have, what is this? Too much concern with sexual matters. Okay, so there could have been some competition here. Yeah, I'm getting there was a friend that was jealous of you, that maybe even was sexually interested in you, and maybe gave you some advice. News of a birth or a business opportunity. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like somebody maybe wanted to have like a baby with you. That's so heavy. And especially if that catches you off guard. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. There's some kind of gross energy here around a friend with the sexual energy. Let me just see if I can't clarify that. I'm kind of hesitant to. Maybe you're really resistant to see like the true nature of some of your friends. And either that they were sexually competing with you or that they wanted to be with you in that way. Oh, look, protection from a powerful friend. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. They could have given you wrong advice in order to like steer you off course, or they gave this person wrong advice. But you're protected from this. And these people's power, like if this was a group that was picking on you or gossiping about you, has been turned on its head. They don't have any power because you're being protected from this. Yeah, good luck. Look at this. Wheel of Fortune is also good luck energy, and candle. You will be shown the way. So there's a lot of good luck energy that is coming in here. And you're being shown the way here by spirit. I feel like this person holds a candle for you. I know that came out in another reading. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I feel like you have good friends that are coming in here. So I feel like we're nearing the end of this message. Okay, there's a lot of people watching you, but I feel like this person is definitely watching you. They feel like they can have everything with you. They feel like you are so sexy. And I feel like this person, I'm just feeling like heart palpitations, like they were shot by Cupid's arrow, and now all of a sudden you're their wish fulfillment, and it really caught them off guard. This could have been a friend, or this could have been somebody that was a part of your larger network. What else do you have to say about am I gonna take this? Okay, hold on, we'll keep that. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. That's definitely the energy here. I feel like this King of Rods has this period of frustration with you where they're waiting and they're trying to like meet with you. They want to kind of like, I feel like they almost want there to be an event or something like that where they know that you're going to an event or something, and then they can like show up and meet you there, and they're kind of, I don't know, planning this because they really want you. But yeah, okay, hold on, let's see. Anything else about this King of Rods? They're very antsy, like they're impatient, they don't want to wait, but they are waiting, you know. Okay, so yeah, this person works hard, maybe even on their body. Rat, someone is working against you or behind your back. I feel like this again could have been this friend group, or maybe you felt like this King of Rods was working behind your back here in the past. But I'm feeling a maturing energy. This person has been very burdened. I feel like they got some kind of karma here. There was there's an energy here of being like very much overly emotional and like seeing the clarity of it. I don't know if it was them or maybe you got branded as this, but now they're seeing the clarity of where that energy actually was, whether it was within them, whether it was this group here or a interfering party, or I don't think it was you though. I think maybe it originally was said that it was you that you were being overly emotional, or I don't know, something like that. Okay, hold on here. Oh my gosh, disappointment in a friend or lover. I feel like I said, these people's power have been taken away to it maybe even influence this King of Rods, especially if you've known this person before, which I don't think all of you have, but it could just be that you had a group of people around you that was very jealous and they were just trying to kind of tint how everybody was seeing you, and they just don't have that ability anymore, because with the axe, they were trying this energy, and again, with the scorpionic energy could be like hidden deceit, even from themselves, because plutonic energy is buried, even from ourselves, right? It's like that 8th house energy, their own fears of not being seen in the same light that you are, being inadequate, being seen inadequate, like but when standing next to you or being compared to you, which this isn't coming from you. This energy of comparison, all that's not, you're not even aware that this is kind of going on. But I feel like these people were working against you, and now the divine is undercutting them. They have people working against them, and it I'm hearing Nicki Minaj now. Me against them, me against enemies, me against friends. Somehow they both seem to become one, a sea full of sharks and they all smell blood. But they start coming and I start rising, must be surprising. I'm just surmising, I win, thrive, soar, higher, 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 more fire. Like, you are rising, and I feel like it's surprising to these people. And they're, look, a two-faced friend. Yeah, I feel like somebody was trying to compete. Either, like, okay, something could happen in May. Beware of great pride, or something did happen in May. They were trying to like kind of peacock or show off. But I feel like these people are secret admirers. Like, I'm hearing they're secret fans, but it's when that admiration energy is warped and there's all this jealousy, then I feel like it's like obsession and it's stalking and it's, but they're like obsessed with you, like is what I'm getting. They're obsessed with you. Frying pan, trouble and accusations. Yeah. And these people will be unsuccessful in their, I'm hearing, thwarted plans. Spirit is going to do that because these people actually need to spend some time alone. I feel like Spirit might be encouraging this little group to break up. There could be some infighting here. If this has been a group, there's been some gossip or something. There could be some infighting or secrets revealed about these people betraying each other, because they just have this betrayer kind of an energy, and none of them are honest about it. None of them look directly at it, that they are subversive. They move in the shadows, and they try, I'm hearing greed. So their greed and their jealousy and their envy causes them to move in the shadows in order to try to subvert positive people and the growth that people have earned and worked for themselves, like you have here. And they want to call it karma, and they want to make you think that you deserve that, when in reality they tried to make that happen, or they tried to set you up. These people don't look at this about themselves. They just kind of deny it. Again, they bury it in their 8th house because they always want to kind of be smelling of roses, and they're afraid of making some kind of sacrifice here. to have like a new beginning for themselves that is positive, and even a new beginning with you. And I'm hearing like their pride comes before the fall, but I feel like it's holding them back from apologizing and just coming clean and saying they're sorry. But I'm hearing the song "Clean" from Taylor Swift for you. I feel like you are actually cleansing yourself from this, and you are moving on. Like, I just feel like you're no longer invested in these people's energy, and because of that, it's allowed the wheel of fortune to turn. You're not invested anymore. You don't give a care. And so because of that, I feel like you are taking off at lightning speed towards some kind of wish, towards some kind of goal. And I think when you get there, this King of Rods is going to be there. This is some kind of like I'm hearing Emperor. So maybe they're even leveling up by the time they get there. Because it's not natural for this person to kind of move slow and put the brakes on, but they are, because they want to take things slow with you, is what I'm hearing. They want to hurry up and get in your presence, but then they want to do things right. They want to take you out. They want to wine and dine you. They actually do want to do things like kind of, this person may want to buy you jewelry or like necklaces or makeup or something like that. So this person is like, they've really got it bad for you, but you're kind of a mystery to them, and they want to know what goes on, like where you live, what goes on in your home. Like, they're very curious about things like that. So this was actually a long message. For those of you who are still listening, thank you so much. I hope that resonated. Beautiful things are coming in for you guys, pile number one. I can see that you've been working really hard. You've been very diligent, very focused on yourself. And I just want to hearken this back to the beginning of the message. You really have been manifesting. You really have. And I feel like maybe there's mastery or something over self, over manifesting, over and for a lot of you, I don't even think you've realized to the extent that you have been manifesting. And it's just a matter of you getting outside of this box that you've kind of created for yourself, where those new things can kind of come in for you. You've planted a lot of seeds. And I'm hearing that Hanson song. It's like, plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose. You can plant any one of those. Keep planting to find out which one grows. So it's like, there's a lot of dreams that you have here. And Spirit is really excited to give you this wish fulfillment. I'm almost getting that it's Spirit's wish fulfillment to give you your wish fulfillment, because I'm hearing you were playing small or keeping yourself small here. And maybe you were thinking that Spirit was punishing you, but Spirit was like, come on, you can do it. Like, you had to kind of get out of your own way here in some way, shape, or form. And maybe even get out of your home. Get out of, a space that you're used to being in, if it's not an actual like apartment or home, or it could be like a city or a town or a region. Sagittarian energy is really good for you. I'm hearing like just being exposed to different kinds of people who live a different way, and who are from a different place, or doing some traveling, whether it's in your mind. And maybe that's what you've been doing, like kind of exploring. Some of you could have been reading or what have you. But this is really positive energy, pile number one. Like I said, you have a lot of really good things that are coming in for you. So if that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Interesting. So pile number two, the message that's coming through for you is that Spirit is very much active here in this time of your life. Now, that may be hard for you to believe. I feel like some of you don't feel supported by Spirit here at this current time, because you've been maneuvered into this place or period of isolation. Some of you could have been feeling under the weather, or you're just spending a lot of time like alone in an empty room. And this has everything to do with like contemplation and perspective. I feel like for a lot of you, a prayer or a wish has not been granted to connect you here with a very significant other person that you are wanting to make some kind of a connection with. And not just any connection. I feel like you really want to talk to this person. Maybe you really want to sell yourself to this person, or almost like broker a deal or broker a relationship, or you're wanting like some kind of back and forth where it's like you listen to me and I listen to you, and we come up with a solution where we both feel comfortable and meet in the middle. And Spirit is saying absolutely not. Spirit is saying this is not the time for that. This is not the situation for that. And that is what neither of you needs for your highest and greatest good. I'm hearing, please try to understand this. This period of isolation has everything to do with perception. So if you are feeling isolated or alone, it's because Spirit is in a way trying to get you to understand the way that your own mind changes the perception on things, changes the lens on things, and you're being encouraged to kind of play around with that, almost like a kaleidoscope, where it's like if you look at something from one perspective or through one lens, it looks different than if you look at it through another. And neither one of them is necessarily the truth of the capital T, but rather both lenses can be true, with a lowercase t. And similar to like, I'm picturing like a vision of a spider, all the many lenses that kind of come together, that kind of creates this totality of the truth. So I'm hearing like, how are you going to broker a deal when you don't quite have your footing on the ground of truth? And this feels like in an existential way, and how you're approaching the problem, how you approach this particular other person here, or maybe even relationships in general, because there's something here where I think you believe that it's fair, or you believe that it's diplomacy, but it's actually like tyrannical, or it's actually not fair for some reason. Even if it's not like crossing the line into like tyrannical territory, it's still not fair. It's not genuine fairness. And I feel like you're being encouraged to have this time out because you need to contemplate. And I'm picturing this Libra card as Spirit. And I feel like Spirit has intervened and it's blocked things off here, and it's saying no interaction, no conversation, no relationship, no contract, no diplomacy, no working together. You need to go be alone here for a while. This other person seems like they need to be alone as well, but they need to strike out on their own. They need to be doing things on their own, like not involved with you, not having your input. Your input is not what this person needs. And that's actually fairness. Everybody has the opportunity to go be on their own and to try their own hand at things, or something here like that. So that's what this soul needs, is to, I feel like they may even kind of take off. They need to kind of find out who they are, but this is like in motion, going for it, promoting their energy, being seen for who they are. So this person that you are wanting to connect with may actually be in a spotlight of sorts, or they're individuating, they're differentiating themselves. And this is a good thing. Like Spirit doesn't want your hands in the pie is what I'm hearing, or like you to touch this, because they're perfect as they are. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's like, maybe you're overly focusing on this person because it's uncomfortable for you to focus on yourself, or it's uncomfortable for you to go into the recesses of your own mind and actually kind of sort yourself out and figure out who you are in a vacuum is what I'm getting. Like who you are. Maybe you're a type of person where you, like you've always been in a relationship, or I feel like you could have just always had go. Like maybe you define yourself by the relationships that you have, whether it's business associates or partnerships. Because I feel like, you have a tendency to go after like larger than life people, or to want to be with people who are distinguished. And that has almost become your identity here as well, and so Spirit is wanting to kind of pull these things apart. And you might feel a type of way about this, you might feel that somebody's talking around you, but they're really not. Like this is just this person's energy trying to promote you, maybe taking things very personally, or just afraid of people getting on without you or differentiating themselves or something. There could be like a bit of a fear of abandonment here, talks of family, or maybe you feel like ostracized from a family. I don't know, but this really feels like it's divinely guided. It's divinely ordained that you spend some time on your own to kind of untangle the knot of you is what I'm getting. And it's really going to lead to, this is a period of hermitude, and it's going to lead to some kind of like spirit, like higher elevated understanding. I'm hearing it's going to be slow going at first. It might be actually really difficult, but the first thing has to do with perception, because I'm almost getting like maybe this person taking off or something, it created like a fire, you know? And so there was a lot of buzz, a lot of intensity, and then the rains came in, and that's like what this period is, and it's dampening down the fire, and then everything's kind of stripped bare, and you're kind of looking around this what feels like a barren wasteland, and I'm hearing crickets, you know? So it's like just all of a sudden everything kind of stops, and then you're kind of left here with yourself. And I'm kind of getting the energy of the Virgo Libra axis, which is the energy of Chitra, and that is where like big things that you think are yourself, things that you no longer need, are discarded. It's a difficult process, but it's also how you accumulate good karma. And I feel like this is how you're accumulating good karma. Maybe this person's in your family. Because I feel like this has to do with family karma. Maybe this is a child, or family talks, or something that somebody that felt like family. But there's definitely some kind of, you are at a crossroads. You're having some kind of disagreement, this squaring energy of Aries and Cancer. And I feel like you're to the point where you want to have a conversation, but Spirit is saying, even if you sat down and had a conversation, you're talking two different languages and you don't have an interpreter. But you don't quite realize that there's a leveling up that needs to happen in terms of like self-understanding, or again, like lenses, perceptions, understanding truth, like truth with a capital T, truth with lowercase t's, playing around in that space, getting comfortable in that space. Because this person that you're asking about is wanting, both Mercury and the Sun are both communicating energies. The Sun is more well-rounded, and it speaks with its body, it speaks with its action. So I feel like somebody is communicating to you here. That's something as well, Spirit saying, you don't even understand that somebody is communicating to you already. So you're sitting here and you're kind of saying to Spirit, I want to have a conversation, and Spirit's like, you done been having a conversation. And the fact that that's not recognized means we need to grow in wisdom a little bit, which is why we've isolated you over here. And it's fine, we all have to grow in wisdom in our own ways here. I do think yours has to do with communication and like listening more, because you just want to get in there and like talk about it, or like be like very forceful. But Spirit is saying like listen more, and if you kind of talk from a place of emotions or like around things, I really don't think you're supposed to be talking in general, to be honest. Like with this person or otherwise, like I'm picturing just a lot of introspection. So the answer's not going to come from without. If you feel like you need this person for identity to take off, if you feel like they need you, they don't, or that they need your input, they don't, you know, this is really truly a time of isolation. And I feel like Spirit is saying spiritually enforced hermitude, you going within and confronting. I feel like some of you may have a fear of like abandonment, but fear of loneliness, fear of silence, fear of everything quieting down, you know, because when everything's not busy, go, a lot of distractions, a lot of high energy, then I feel like maybe you panic a little bit, or I don't know, but Spirit's saying that's exactly the part of you. You need to figure out who you are, and you're never going to do that in this environment. That's what I'm getting. And then you're going to be 10 times more powerful at whatever it is that you want to do, you know, with this person or otherwise. And you may even make a different choice, is what I'm hearing. And maybe that's a part of it as well, is like you are needing to go within, because if you were in touch with your genuine self and what you really wanted and your values and your authentic self, is what I'm hearing, you would make a different choice. You wouldn't be chasing this person around. You wouldn't be feeling so desperate to hang on to them or to get in a room with them or something like that. So it's difficult, but yeah, I feel, and this is definitely past life related. I feel like we have Venus over here, so this is like lovers in a past life. You're very close associates. Like you're always in close proximity with this person, I feel like, in past lives, but you need to Spirit is wanting to break this up for whatever reason. So okay, what else is coming through Spirit with this message? I just heard don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And I'm picturing like this meme with it's a meme, it's inappropriate, but it's like Snow White, and she's face down like in the middle of the forest, and all of the little creatures are kind of around her, and it says at the top, it's like my spirit guides, and it's like, you all right, bitch? You know, it's like maybe you feel like you fell face first into something, or I don't know, yeah. So don't be afraid is what I'm hearing. Okay, forces are working against you. You need a vacation. Okay, You did have forces working against you, but I feel like it's divinely guided here. You're protected from negative forces beyond your control. Don't be afraid. I keep hearing that. Don't be afraid. This is not a scary thing. And I'm with the claw. I'm almost picturing them trying to dip you into this kind of, slowly or gracefully. And it's with the claw at first because I feel like you're kind of railing against this, but they're wanting you to kind of stay full. And it says, or stay within this so that you can kind of be submersed in this. I think you're going to really end up loving solitude and quietude and just getting to know yourself. But it says, be careful, do not take risks. Okay, younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman, shield, you need to defend yourself. So it could potentially be that this younger woman needs to defend herself. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking, great passion. Or maybe you're this younger woman. I don't know, take that however it resonates. Unsettled times. Yeah, I mean, I just get a sense that there's a rocky relationship here, but it's a relationship that you feel like defines you. And I feel like in some way, and you're clinging onto it and you're feeling like you need, again, to get this person in a room or something. A sincere wish will be granted, but it has to be sincere. It can't just be this running energy, this fervorous, I can't be without, I need the answer. I'm hearing I need external validation. I need the answer to come from outside of me. The moment I don't know something, I'm going to ask it as in the form of a question to somebody who I feel like is smarter than me or more advanced than me. No, you are capable of all of this. They want you to touch that place within where you actually have it. Okay, so February could be that this is happening all the way through February. And look, fair woman, lighthearted, carefree time. So dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. And I feel like this, okay, so that's also what I'm getting with Mercury. There could be a person here, could be a friend, could be a family friend, could be somebody that's a member of your family, but Mercury is the divine messenger of the gods, and there's no door that Mercury cannot unlock. So this is, I feel like, first of all, is spirit. So spirit is saying, while you're in solitude, we're speaking to you. We're the ones guiding you, but you need to try to tap into that. You need to be listening for the inner call, the inner voice. You need to be responding to that. And I do feel like there could be this fair woman that I described, where you just kind of have a lighthearted, carefree time with, and it's this person that is kind of coming in and just chatting, and it feels very simple, and it doesn't feel exciting, it doesn't feel fervorous, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of crazy energy going on, but it feels genuine, and it feels like you have just a sweet, nice-hearted time here with this person. And they may have to tell you that a wish is not going to be granted, or because I feel like some of you, maybe you fell ill, and this person has been bringing you food or taking care of you or something. Someone is leaving your life. So that's what this broken wish is. I was getting that, and this is just confirming it. Spirit is saying, look, this person's leaving your life. Okay? They are leaving your life. You're not going to get the wish of them coming back. There's no amount of railing against us, telling us how awful we are and that we lack wisdom and that we don't know what you're doing and that we're bullying you. And Spirit's we've heard it all. Okay. This is in the interest of your highest and greatest good. Again, contemplate on that. But you're not being left entirely alone. We're helping you. I feel like there's been a lot of preparation. You knew this kind of going into this life. I feel like that you'd be spending some time here and in this place. And that's who this person is. That's coming to connect with you. This is very divinely guided. Journey, either physical or mental, feeling tied down or frustrated. So this could be an illness. That's what I'm getting. And maybe this is somebody who's caring for you and you feel tied down and frustrated. Yeah, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. But this is, I'm hearing Christina Aguilera's song, "When You're Lost Outside, Look Inside to Your Soul." You might want to listen to that song. It's very beautiful. I can't think of the name of it, but maybe that'll help you through this time. When you're lost outside, look inside to your soul. When there's no one else, look inside yourself. And this is reminding me of, you guys know I went through that period where I was really interested in the hypnosis, where people get put under hypnosis and they can remember their past lives and one of the themes was that we plan our lives, around these lessons that we learned. And a lot of times people will experience like traumatic accidents or broken bodies or bones or restricted movement in order to push themselves within, whether that's emotionally within or whether that's to build themselves up mentally, where they'll do a lot of reading in a lifetime or something, they'll really advance themselves. And I feel like for you, this is an important time. It's actually kind of the meat and potatoes of why you're here, of your spiritual lessons. And maybe some of you think being in the spotlight and doing and going and accolades are that was your meaning, that was your purpose, that was who you are. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And if you allow things, I'm hearing this is the great falling away. You planned this for yourself. Your higher self that knows best planned this. This is, you called it the great falling away is what I'm hearing. So where the ignorance, everything is kind of stripped bare, stripped back, and you're left with just kind of the truth of it. And it could be like this very stark difference, this very stark kind of a swing. So I don't know if something happened very quickly. I don't know. And so you are going to go through a period of frustration, and that's only because there's lessons to be learned. Okay, and then the cup, this feels very important. It says you should accept valid criticism. And then the diamond card under it, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So I feel like the criticism, quote unquote criticism, is the precious gift. It might come from an older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. It could be about a relationship with an older man. Could have to do with wealth. Maybe even like creating peace and harmony with this older man, like family sorrows, something like that. But this quote unquote criticism is it feels like it's working against you, because I'm picturing the axe card again. It feels like it's working like, oh, this card here. Yeah, like it's flipped on its head. That's exactly what I was getting. It feels like it's working against you, but it's actually working for you. And when you understand who you really are, that you are not the ego and that you are not all of your accolades and everything, when you understand who you really are, you will understand that it's actually working for you, the genuine you, the you that is beneath it all, the essence of you. I'm hearing, and if you want a meditation will be really good for you during this time. Probably slow going at first, but that's okay. Finding like different meditations that you like. But what I'm getting is, if you want to kind of like a meditation to put your mind on about who it is that you are, focus on giving and receiving, focus on kind of the breath, like in and out. And I don't mean following your breath like a meditation technique. You are literally the breath. You expand and contract. You give and receive from life. And with this needle and a thread, like you kind of needle and thread yourself into life. So it's this, you come in and out of existence. It's this inhale, exhale, that motion of expansion and contraction. That's what they want you to focus on. The motion of expansion and contraction. That's you. You are the motion of expansion and contraction as an energy, as an essence. I know that sounds like heady or trippy, but it's like notice, and I'm hearing notice the energies of expansion and contraction everywhere around you. Whether it's, when the weather freezes up, how everything, contracts, or your breathing, your muscles, everything is an expansion and a contraction, and so are you. And I feel like you went through a period of expansion and now you're going through a period of contraction. And when your mind tells you that that's wrong or incorrect, that's not the truth, because I just told you that everything in life is an expansion and a contraction. For every in-breath, there is an out-breath, right? For every up, there is a down. For every mountain, there is a valley. So nothing is wrong. But when the mind wrongly believes that there's something wrong, then it causes suffering. It creates suffering. So that's part of the perception, is they want you to understand the way that you manufacture and create the mind, like not just specifically you. It's like the way that the mind creates dramas or creates suffering depending on the perception, like where it places itself. And I feel like some of you are feeling like you're victims of this situation, but if you kind of flip it to understanding your true essence and that you're on this soul's journey, and that this is actually the meat and potatoes, like I said, this is actually the most important part of your soul's journey, you will realize that you're on the hero's journey. You're not a victim at all. You're on the hero's journey. You are actually the hero. And yes, you're going through a period of delays and frustration, and you feel tied down because you don't understand that you are not the body, you are not your meat shell, and that you're actually I feel like the landscape, because you think that the journey is in the external world. That's what you think is what we're doing here, is we're trying to craft ourselves in the external world, and to a certain extent we are. Those are the other aims of life before moksha, right? Like artha and kama, building ourselves up monetarily, having passion and having purpose in the world. But ultimately, it leads us to moksha, where we rid ourselves from ignorance and we start to realize like our true nature, our soul, nature. And perhaps losing this person or watching this person even, whoever this is that you're trying to connect with, and realizing that you don't need them and they don't need you. And you know what I mean? Like this decoupling or like this conscious uncoupling, I feel like there's this beautiful stripping away, and it is beautiful. And I feel like you will see that it's beautiful by the end of it. But just trust yourself and trust the plan that you have created for yourself, because you are the one who knows what you're doing. Like you insisted. I'm hearing you insisted that you were ready for this. I'm hearing Nicki Minaj. You said you thought you was ready, and I said, let's see. And then she says, but I ain't mean that. I need some effing proof, because what happens if I fall in love, then you cut me loose. I feel like you're wanting proof here, but you've got to start the process is what I'm getting. So I feel like I'm just preaching and lecturing at you to this point, but maybe finding like lectures on spiritual topics or but they're not wanting you to fill your mind with too many things. They want you to go within. They want you to spend a lot of time thinking and contemplating and looking. If you just, I'm hearing, I don't understand. Say the words, I don't understand. Instead of lashing out and saying somebody's wrong or life is wrong, say, I don't understand. Please show me, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Please guide me. I am open to seeing this from a new lens, from a new perspective, where perhaps this actually will make sense, right? I understand that perhaps me, the human being, is flawed sometimes, and that I don't always know what's going on. And I'm willing to admit that I perhaps misunderstand what's going on here. And I'm open to being shown the other side of things where perhaps it actually does make sense. And they're wanting me to just highlight this again, that like how a diamond cuts through anything, right? Like you should accept valid criticism. Is what I'm hearing, because not doing that, not accepting valid criticism actually works against you. Perhaps that is something that has caused this severing as well, like not being open to valid criticism. Yeah. So that's why I have pound number 2. I hope that wasn't too preachy. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys. Okay, so pile number 3, what messages are wanting to come in for you? Okay, so this one, I feel like this is coming in from a specific person. Maybe this is a person that's on your mind, or it could even just be a person who is just feeling this really intensely here at this moment. And so this message just wants to come through. I feel like regardless of whether you're thinking of this person or not, like this person is really feeling this here at the moment, because they've had some kind of clarity come in that's given them a new perspective here on this situation, on who you are, on how they acted and behaved, and how things went down here in this, I'm hearing the word fiasco, like, you know, whatever has gone on here between the two of you. And this person really does feel very sorry. I'm hearing, I'm just so sorry for the way that I treated you and for how I reacted. They're very regretful, and they're also very ashamed, not just for whatever was said or done here in this situation, because I feel like this person could have lashed out, or they could have attacked you here in some way and then set about justifying that, like within their mind, maybe even externally here to other people, like justifying their behavior or justifying their attack on you or whatever this was. But this person is also deeply regretful of how they looked upon you, like when all of this stuff was going down, like within the confines of their own mind, like really truly the way they were synthesizing your energy. Because I feel like this person made you lesser, or they degraded you, or they were ignoring the truth of you. And I'm hearing the writing was always on the wall with you, wasn't it? And I feel like it was always there for this person to see the fullness and the truth and the totality of who you are. And I just feel like whenever this was going down, this person was very much in like their base energy, very base. So, they were operating from this animalistic point of view, which, animals operate from instinct. And there's not a lot of checks and balances where instinct is concerned. Instinct usually kicks in when you feel like threatened or you feel like something needs to happen quickly, and there's just not a lot of sobering thoughts, that are coming in. Instead, it's not questioned and it's just acted upon. And I feel like this person's recognizing that they very much did that. And that the reason they behaved in that way, because it could have been, I'm hearing like territory or something like base, like more like whatever animals would like do or fight over or respond to, something like that. And they're realizing that the reason that they did that is because they have a very different approach from you. And I feel like it's this comparison between their modus operandi and your modus operandi. That's part of the clarity that has come in, and it does have something here to do with truth, because I feel like this person now sees the truth of the situation, but they couldn't in the past because they were lying to themselves. Because this person actually, I feel like in their energy and their approach to life and their approach to personhood is very, I'm hearing, self-centered and authoritarian. Like this person is an authoritarian. I feel like this person could have had position, whether it's like they were older than you or this was your parent, or they did have some kind of like authority position or something like that. But I feel like this person is recognizing that their approach is that they try to control the truth, right? Which you can't really do. The truth is the truth. You accept it or you don't. You deal in reality or you don't. And this person's realizing that through them trying to quote unquote control the truth, they weren't actually dealing in truth, and that this person actually had a vested interest in trying to they're a tactician. They were trying to control the narrative. Maybe they were trying to control the conversation. So they weren't even conversing with you in good faith, is what I'm hearing, because they were trying to control where the conversation went in order to get the outcome they wanted, which was feeling justified in lashing out at you or attacking you in whatever way they did. They needed to protect their ego is what they were trying to do. And this person's recognizing that that's their approach, and that it leaves a lot to be desired, and it hurts a lot of people in the process, and it's very short-sighted, and that it hurt you. It ended up hurting you because they're seeing that you have actually a completely different approach. And this person would also wants to tell you that they recognize that you're all the things, that I'm hearing you deserve all the good things, that you are so this person has a lot of respect and admiration for your dignity and grace, and the way that you, and your strength, and the way that you have kind of weathered a storm here, but also I'm hearing the word steadfast, the way that you've stood by yourself, by yourself, and the way that you've handled the situation, because they recognize that the way you've handled the situation, you navigated whatever the situation was by holding firm to the truth of the situation. They recognize that you actually know the truth of the situation, dealing in the truth, dealing in the facts, and of holding true to the truth of yourself. You knew who you were in this situation, and maybe you didn't allow yourself to also fall prey to basal energies, where you lashed out. Because I think also this person recognizes that they feel truly, if they're honest with themselves, and I think part of them expected you to retaliate or to behave in this particular manner, but they would have thought that you were within your rights to lash out back, to yell at them back, to argue back, to, take a low, because I feel like this person could have taken some low shots, and I'm hearing defamation, or they tried to come for your character here in some way, or your confidence, or again, just control the conversation and not let you get a word in edgewise, or they tried to paint you a certain way. They recognize that, and you didn't do that. I feel like you just didn't go low. You didn't lash out. You didn't take that animal. Instead, you held to your dignity and the truth of who you were in the situation. And over the long haul, that has actually won out. And the truth of you is on display for this person to see, and for everyone else to see who exactly you are here in this situation. And it's beautiful and it's admirable. And you are the true leader here in this situation. You have this strong, your energy is the quieter strength, but it is the strongest energy in the room. And this person, I almost feel them wanting to prostrate or bow down or admit defeat, or just tell you how much they really admire you and how much they want to be like you. And I feel like this person really actually does like you. Also, if this person has been to your space, this person likes your space. They just like being in your energy and around you. And I feel like this person regrets that they can't actually be in your energy, or they can't actually come back around, because it's like, what would they even say? What would they even say that could excuse their temperament, I'm hearing, or like their behavior? I feel like this person is embarrassed because it's like side by side. There's some kind of side by side comparison of like your dignity and their manipulative, controlling, authoritarian stance and attitude, and also the difference in your strength. Because notice, like the Emperor, sure, he has his strength, he has his armor on, but the Queen of Pentacles is the powerhouse in this reading for me. And she's got the yellow of the solar plexus and the confidence, and she's got her flowers blooming, and she doesn't have any armor on. And she's very much focused on whatever it is that she's doing. And I feel like that's what this person recognizes too, is that you weren't in it to be controlling or domineering or even a leader or to obtain position. You were in it to be an individual and to bloom. You were in it to like maybe even leave your seeds here. That sounds weird. But just to like give. And this is like maybe even shows a difference in parenting style or leadership style or approach, where you are nurturing, you give. You want to enliven. You're like a person who could like restore a town or something, just like revitalize a town, and it would bring you genuine joy and happiness. Do you know what I mean? Like to leave things better than you found it. And I feel like it's just so obvious to this person and to others. I feel like this person could have tried to be strategic in the shadows in some way, and now they just feel stuck. And they want to know what you're up to, but they feel like they don't want to disturb your peace either, because they feel like you've worked hard for that, and that you're probably happy and that you deserve like your day in the sun and everything. But they're curious about you and what you're doing, and maybe something about like home. And I just feel like if this person's ever hung out with you in your home, they like that. They think maybe you keep good home and you're a good host, or, I don't know. But this person has definitely gone within. And I do feel like they're actually may end up being down the road in this lifetime or in another lifetime. Because I feel like this person is admitting their faults here in this situation, or they would like to. And because of that, I feel like what this person can't see, because I feel like they're actually really grieving this, is there may actually be a reconciliation with you in either the future of this lifetime or future lifetimes, especially if they like apologize. But yeah, this person definitely tries to keep tabs on you, or there's definitely like a distance thing here. Maybe, and they feel like they were foolish, basically, and impulsive, and that they caused a tower moment, that they caused a rift between the two of you. And I think it was a tower moment. It was shocking for this person to realize that the giving and receiving was off in this relationship because of maybe their viewpoint on authority, that I think needed to be updated, regardless of what authority this is, of whether they're older than you, so they feel like they can talk to you a certain way, or they're your parent, so they feel like, therefore, they always know what's right, because I also feel like some of this mental clarity could have come in from a child or from a student or something like that, where they learned from like this child had the answer or helped them to see something in a different perspective. And I think this person's kind of starting to grasp that we're all like timeless souls, and that we're all different, and we can all kind of walk each other home, that kind of thing. I feel like they're just really reflecting on their behavior like super hard, and they feel really ashamed, and they're recognizing that they really are starting to get it. And they just think you are amazing. And they're so deeply sorry and regretful. And they are really looking up to you. I feel like this person's looking up here to your energy. Potentially they're nostalgic. They could be going back through pictures. And I feel like it's making them emotional. Like potentially they could like, I don't know, let a tear slide down their face, or have a little smile, or maybe they want to offer like a gift. They want to apologize. They really do. Oh my gosh. But this person just feels like things are on the up and up for you. I'm hearing Taylor Swift's song Karma. Karma is a god. Karma is the hair. Like don't you wish karma was as good for you as it is for me? Because this person can kind of see it here, and they don't feel like you would. They didn't accept your higher cup, your higher wisdom, your higher reasoning in the past. And they don't feel like you would accept their apology now, because they know they've been a turd burger. Like this person really does. There could have, Yeah, like vengeance. I feel like this person, like they know that you're not a vengeful person. I feel like this person could have acted out of spite or vengeance, but you're not motivated by that. And I think it's apparent for people now too, that that's just not who you are. Frying pan, trouble and accusations. I feel like there was definitely trouble and accusations here. And for some of you, this person really should have just cooked you a breakfast, like, you know, made you an egg, like over medium. I don't know. Look, pay attention to your health. So this person could be having some kind of health difficulty. Boat, money or property through inheritance, winning or windfall. There could have been a loss of property or a loss of position or... Ew, I just heard like for some of these people, they view people as possessions. Like, so, oh my gosh, look, there could have been loss of a woman. Maybe this is you. Ew, I feel like this person, okay, they're healing and I just want to pay homage to that. Like, they're healing. I'm sorry for being grossed out. But like, I feel like this person could have looked upon you as a possession in the past. Maybe like, yeah. That goes back to Dr. Ramani, like her book, Don't You Know Who I Am? It's like about narcissism. And I feel like this person could have had that attitude, like, don't you know who I am? Don't you know who you are? Like, and narcissists have this habit of looking at people as though they're objects, like a vacuum cleaner, you know? Like, I take my vacuum cleaner down when I need to vacuum the floors, and then I put it back, and then you know what I mean? It's like this person, yeah, could have done that to you. I keep hearing that Karma song from Taylor Swift. My voice is like really going. Okay, secret admirer. This person is secretly admiring you and your grace and your wisdom. For some of you, I feel like maybe this person tried to put you in the hot seat and then it got some kind of like karma for that. I'm hearing instant karma, where then they got put in the hot seat and they're like, how did you endure this? Like, let alone with such like grace. They recognize that they're incapable of doing that. I feel like this person wants to have some kind of celebration, fun, or enjoyment. They want a peacock for you. They want to show off. They want you to see them as this emperor, but I feel like they've been a two-faced friend here in the past. They might be seeing you as an opportunity or a windfall, so just be careful. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Family sorrow, May could be important, and a man. Dealings or relationship. We have the man and the woman card here. So this could be a dealing or relationship between a man and a woman. Pay attention to your work. I feel like this person pays attention to your work. So I just like, I don't know. What's the... Okay, interesting. I feel like this person wants your guidance. They are in need of help, assistance, and guidance, and they want to reach out, but they don't know how to. Yeah, and they feel like, or maybe they need a handout for some kind of success. Yeah, they feel like you have good fortune or something like that. But this person understands that they've put themselves in a bind where now they just have to rely on luck. I feel like this person could be struggling here. Oh my gosh, like with their health and maybe material stuff, and then self-delusion. And I feel like this is coming in for you. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. And I feel like they're recognizing that in you, that you didn't lower your standards. Gavel, involvement with the law. So there's a lot going on here in this pile, but overall, this person is deeply sorrowful and deeply regretful for the way that they've treated you, because they feel like you have demonstrated your value and your worth, your wisdom, your tenacity. No matter what kind of lies this person tried to tell themselves about you first and foremost, and then try to convince other people of, so that they wouldn't be questioned or so that they could control the narrative, it is just no longer possible when you are putting yourself out here like this. So yeah, they're feeling shame. They're feeling shame. And they see you as their happiness. Like, I don't understand the split here. It's like this person sees you as their happiness, but then I feel like they treated you really badly. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm losing my voice. Maybe you're losing your voice, or they're losing their voice, or we're all losing our voices together. But that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 3. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.